Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Again, I'm outside. It's so pretty out here, but it's windy and the sun is kind of weird. I'm trying to fix my hat so that y'all can see my eyes, but okay. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are already part of the family, welcome back. I love you guys to death. I have literally been meeting people from across the world. That's why I just love this space so much. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. If you watched my last video, you know I talked about my desire to have a natural, unmedicated birth after having 2 C-sections. I talked about how that's just what I'm praying for. That's just what I'm believing for. And so I wanted to kind of share that journey with y'all, and in this video I wanted to give you a few tips that I'm doing to prepare for that natural birth. The way my midwife put it, she was like, you wouldn't go run a marathon without preparing for it, and that's a helpful demonstration to me because I haven't run a marathon, but I did run a half. And so just getting in that mindset, like, okay, I'm not just going to show up for this thing, I'm going to prepare for this thing. And I know some people are kind of like, oh, why would you share your tips? Like, you haven't even done it yet, so you don't know. But I think it's important for me to share my journey with you guys, like, not when I'm at the end of it and it's done, but like when I'm in the trenches and when I have to have that faith and really just build up to that moment. So I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm doing. I'm not a medical expert. I'm just sharing my tips with you. And I wrote a few things down because I just want this to be out there for that girl that's believing this for her own birth. So let's just jump right into it. Number one, guys, I'm really trying to educate myself. I just want to know as much as I can to be prepared, because a lot of our fear comes out of just not knowing, right? So like, if I know to expect pains in my hips or in my back, then I know when that happens not to freak out or feel like I have to go to the doctor or anything like that. So just really educating myself and knowing, you know, what's to come, what's to expect, what's normal, what's not normal. That's been really helpful. So I've been watching some YouTube videos, not too many, because while I want to be educated, I don't want to be overwhelmed, and I don't want to just be taking in all this information and not knowing what to do with it. So I can link below some of the ones that I watched that were really helpful, just so you can do that. And also, you guys know I am such a big reader. Even if you're not a reader, I think this is a point in your life where you should read. Again, not to overwhelm yourself, but just enough to get a few, just get more knowledge and just to become more comfortable with the process. So I want to share with you guys some of the books I'm reading. I just went online, ordered them off Amazon. Also, I have an Amazon link now for Amazon affiliate. It's my first time doing it, but pretty much all it is like you pay the same low price you would pay, but my channel gets like kickback, and it helps me continue to make more videos like this. So I'll link everything I got below, and I only suggest stuff that I actually use because I'm not big on consumerism and just people buying stuff just to buy. But the first book I'll recommend, I wrote it down, is Mama Natural. It is a thick book. I wish I would have brought it with y'all to show y'all, but such an easy read. Seriously, guys. She breaks it down trimester by trimester. So if you're kind of late in the game like I was when I picked it up, you can kind of skim through the first few trimesters and then really hit hard on those last few weeks. I'm 4 weeks out from my due date. It's just a date. But yeah, you can just skim through that. So helpful. I treated it like a textbook. I have little sticky notes. I marked kind of some things that I would want to look back on, like positions or some things that I wanted to include in my hospital bag, or tips and tricks that I wanted to use. I literally just put a sticky note there, wrote a note to myself to know when I go back to it where to go. And then the next 2 books I'm going to recommend are more mindset books. Like, oh my gosh, the more I'm reading, the more I'm realizing, well, life is a lot about your mindset, but giving birth is a lot about your mindset and just going in with the right mindset and looking at it from the right point of view, right? So the first one is Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. So good. Like, she's such a world famous midwife, and she just challenges the way that we think about birth, and challenges us to not think of it like a medical emergency like we often do here in the States, and maybe even where you're from. But yeah, and just in the beginning of it, I'm still reading through it, but the beginning of it starts with a lot of positive birth stories, and Oh my gosh, y'all, that's so helpful when you're thinking about having natural birth, just to get a positive viewpoint for a change. And then if you're a Christian, I would recommend Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Mize. So good too. Sorry, my allergies. So good. Just like thinking of it as a spiritual moment that that God intended for you to have. It was really helpful for me. So I will link that one below too. Yeah, just really, I think if you get those 3 books, you're good on the books. Really, you are. Just sit down, read them. Don't be stressed about it like it's a homework assignment. Just really like take it in and educate yourself, unlearn some of the things that you've learned about childbirth, and like kind of learn this new mindset of thinking. So when people are like, oh, why are you just trying to do natural birth? You know, are you trying to prove something to yourself? Why would you go through that pain? You know your why, because you've read and you understand this world of natural birth, and you will, I should say unmedicated, because there's that controversy about natural. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that, but an unmedicated birth, you know your why, and you know what is motivating you. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera. You know what's motivating you to make decisions that you're making, and you're going in educated. And so, like I said, just less afraid. Don't read too much. Don't get overwhelmed. Number 2, more of a hands-on thing is, and practical things you can do is, guys, I've been drinking the mess out of red raspberry leaf tea. Oh my gosh. Just so people swear by it. They say that it makes your uterus stronger, so therefore your contractions will be stronger and you'll have a shorter labor. Like, there's no stats out there, I don't think, but midwives suggest it, doulas suggest it. People swear by it. So I've been drinking it. I thought it would be hard to keep up with just drinking it and making sure I was drinking the right amount every day, but it really hasn't been hard at all. I honestly kind of like crave it. So that's been good. I'll link that below too. I just went on Amazon, ordered a ton of it, and I've just been drinking it. It's good cold, it's good hot. I like it, and I'm a tea drinker, so I hope you like it. But if you don't like it, I guess you could put honey or something in it and just drink it. I mean, I love it. But also some people say that you shouldn't start drinking it till your 2nd or 3rd trimester, so just ask your midwife about that. Number 3, I'm trying to move my body every day. So a walk, maybe like a 30-minute exercise on my computer, nothing extreme. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at home, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. So I just try to give myself some grace and just kind of feel how my body's feeling, but just to keep moving. Again, we live in this, a time where we do a lot of sitting, and that is not natural for our bodies. So therefore it's not good for natural birth, right? We're supposed to be moving around. And so I try to do that. If I don't feel like it, I won't. If I'm just exhausted at the end of the day, I won't. But I do try to keep moving my body. And I do find that I feel better when I do that. And number 4, I've been practicing mindfulness and not being stressed. This is the hardest thing for me because I'm a naturally stressed person. Like, I'm naturally tense. I grind my teeth. My dentist knows that. I have to be conscious about like relaxing my shoulders, taking deep breaths. I've been doing all that because that can stall labor, and I don't want my labor to be I don't want to be the reason that my labor doesn't go as smooth as possible. So I'm just trying to be relaxed. Anything that's stressing me out, I just try to be conscious about, like writing it down or removing myself from that situation if possible. So yeah. Also, what's been helping me relax is seeing a chiropractor. I love my chiropractor. It's something that I wanted to just incorporate in my life in general. So it just turns out that also helps with preparing for natural labor. So I go see my chiropractor once a week, and I just go get adjusted. It's been so good. You want to get someone that knows how to work with pregnant women. But that's been good for helping the relaxation part. But yeah, and because I read this example in a book that like animals, when they're giving birth, they go to like a really quiet place, and they just to give labor, a quiet, peaceful place. And if something happens, like say a predator comes or something, a stress hormone releases in their body, and it like stalls their labor so they can get somewhere else safe. So that's why like people who are naturally stressed, or that's why even being in the hospital when the doctor comes in and just stresses you out, like that's why your body will respond that way. And so I find that incredible, and just shows again how God is over all of this. But that's why I'm trying to make sure that I'm not stressed, and I'm trying to prepare just for ways to even make the environment where I will be going into labor not stressful. And so I am putting stuff intentionally aside for my hospital bag that will help me be less stressed, and I will make another video about that too, like kind of what I'm packing and stuff like that. But the last thing, and I think it's the most important, is I've been praying, journaling, and visualizing myself giving birth naturally, and just trusting my body, trusting God to do what it was meant to do, and for God to just really take over this thing. And so, like I said, we live in a society where birth is scary. It's a medical condition, all these things. And so I've been just kind of blocking that out. I don't talk to people about what I wish my birth was, again, only on here, because you guys are obviously looking it up, so you want an opinion, a positive opinion. And so I haven't been talking to it, because I don't need the drama, I don't need the fear, I don't need any of that. I don't need any of the comments. So I just don't talk to them. I read the books of women who have the same mindset as me, have the same desire as me. I read that, and I focus on that, and I pray, and I journal, and I visualize myself. This might be like woo-woo or whatever to you guys, but I try to visualize myself having this baby, everything going smooth, everything going as planned, my body operating the way that God designed it to do. I focus on that. I will talk to my husband about, and just daydream about this girl, and just this beautiful girl coming out, and her just being so happy and having such a peaceful entrance into this earth. And so those are the things that I try to visualize and focus my energies on. So hopefully that's helpful. Like I said, in the next video, I'll share kind of what are some things that I'm going to be packing and taking with me to help me have a successful vaginal unmedicated birth. Because I, like in my last video, said I do unfortunately have to give birth in the hospital, which I'm not excited about. Hospitals, oh my gosh, they just take me to another place. Not positive for me. But little things that I'm packing, like my essential oil, stuff like that, that I'm doing to just make it feel more like home birth, or a birth center birth, like, which is kind of the birth that I wish I was able to have. But because I've had 2 C-sections, this is where I have to give birth. But I'll talk to you guys about kind of what I'm packing with me. I would love to get to know you guys more. If this is interesting to you, if you're on your journey, I would love to have you subscribe. Click the subscribe button, click the bell so you know when I'm putting up new videos. And then comment below. Tell me where you are in your birth journey, so I can be praying with you, believing with you, that you can also do this. Remember that your body was designed for this. Don't listen to the stuff that people are saying. God made you for this. You can do this. And the fact that you have the desire in your heart to have a natural birth, like, it's there for a reason, because there's something that you're going to experience when you do it that's just going to, I don't know, just carry you through life, and just, I don't know, give you such a bigger understanding of the world and stuff like that. So just keep focused, keep desiring what you desire, pray, do these tips that I put in this video. But yeah, just comment below, tell me where you are, 3rd trimester, 2nd trimester, whatever. Have you already had a successful VBAC? Just let me know. Are you just having a natural birth? You've never had a C-section? Let me know where you are. What are some things that you're doing? Is there something in here that I mentioned that you didn't know about? Let me know below. As usual, love you guys, and I'm wishing you all the best.